Yeah, good morning students. In the previous class we have discussed empty set, null set, empty set or null set or void set. So what is meant by empty set? A set which consists of no elements, that is called as empty set. Next, we have discussed one more thing. A set which consists of finite number of elements is called as a finite set. Infinite set. A set which consists of infinite number of elements, then it is called infinite set. We have discussed all these definitions in the previous session. So let's continue with the same thing, and one more definition we will discuss today. Equal sets. Yeah, before going to equal sets, I would like to tell you one more definition. Cardinal number. Cardinal number. Cardinal number. Cardinal number of a set. That is, up to now we are discussing the number of elements in the set. So that is nothing but the cardinal number of a set. Let us consider an example. A is equal to PQRS. Now the cardinal number we will represent like this: n of A, that is number of elements present in A, is equal to 4. Next, one more example, you just see. B is equal to now the cardinal number n of B is equal to 5. Number of elements present in a set is called as a cardinal number of a set. Cardinal number of a set. Next, now coming to equal sets. Let us consider two sets. Consider two sets. Consider two sets. A is equal to PQRS. B is equal to SRPQ. Now let us see the set A as well as set B. Let us see the elements present in set A as well as the elements present in set B. What we observe, every element in A is an element in B. So P is present here, Q is present here, R is present here, S is present here. That means every element of A is an element in B. Therefore, we can conclude that A is equal to B. That means the two sets are equal sets. The two sets are equal sets. So let us see the definition. two sets A and B are said to be equal if they have exactly the same elements and we will write A is equal to B. Now, from this definition, we will get one more conclusion. If two sets A and B are said to be unequal if they do not have the same elements, therefore we can write it as unequal sets. So we can write that otherwise they are not equal, that is A is not equal to B. They are not equal to B. Yeah, two sets A and B are said to be equal if they have exactly the same elements and we write A is equal to B. So the best example we can see here, A and B. Let us see this example. A is equal to set containing PQRS and B is equal to SRPQs. You can observe here every element of A is an element of B and every element of B is an element in A. In such cases, we will say that A is equal to B. Otherwise, we can write A is not equal to B. A is not equal to B. We will see some examples related to this so that you will be getting the idea. That means some sets are given, then how do you decide whether they are equal sets or not equal? Example 7 in your NCERT textbook. Find the pairs of equal sets if any give reasons. So let us what they have given. A is equal to 0, an element. Next, B is equal to X such that X greater than 15 and X less than 15, X less than 5. Next, C is equal to X such that X minus 5 is equal to 0. D is equal to X such that X squared is equal to 25. E is equal to x such that x is an integral positive root of the equation x square minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. X square minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. So, you are familiar about set builder form, roster form. See here, once again I am telling to you, set builder form you need to understand little carefully. Why? Because you have to observe all the elements present in the set, and if you see the first element and second element, third element, fourth element, whatever the number of elements present in that set, and just from first element to second element, how they are related, that idea you need to catch. Then what is the common property, then you will get to know. So based on that common property, we can write it in set builder form. So once if you know the common property of each and every element present in that set, then set builder form is very easy. In the starting you will feel little difficulty to understand set builder form, but throughout this chapter, every problem they used to give in set builder form or roster form. So when you are understanding or you need to convert from set builder form to roster form, so slowly you will understand each and every problem given, so that finally you will get a conclusion, okay, this is fine. So what I need to tell you is, here you need to follow the relation between first and second element, third element. So from that you need to catch what is the relation between first and second element, then what is the common property of each and every element present in that set. So from that you can get the general conclusion, then you can write it in set builder form. So once if you know the set builder form, so when we want to write it in list form or roster form, it's very clear, whatever the elements present in the set, the elements will appear in the set. So roster form you will not have any doubt, but set builder form you have to get the clear idea, so based on the given condition, sometimes one condition, sometimes two conditions. So you need to see both the conditions and then you need to write the given conclusion, and while expressing some element should satisfy both the conditions, then only we can take such kind of thing. Otherwise you will be getting a wrong answer. Okay, right. Now let us see, now they have given A, B, C, D, E. So we need to express, see here, find the pairs of equal sets if any give reasons. So here, when we will say whether they are equal sets or not, just now we have discussed first, what are equal sets? Let us consider A and B two sets. Every element of A is present in every element of B. Every element present in set A is an element in B. Then we can say that A is equal to B. Not only this, every element in set B should be present in set A. That means all the elements present in A should present in B. All the elements present in set B must present in set A. Then we can say that the two sets are equal sets. equals. So now here first we will write all these in the form of roster form so that we will get to know which sets are equal sets. So let us see here A is very clear, a set which is containing 0. Okay. Next here B set you see x such that x should be greater than 15 and also x should be less than 5. So you will not get any element like this. So we will write it as a null set. Why? Because it's very clear. So let us take number line. Let us take number line. So let us take, suppose here I'll put 0. So here negative numbers. So here you take as 5 and somewhere here 15 you take. So what we are saying, x should be greater than 15. Greater than 15 means this, and x less than 5. Less than 5 means so this. So there is no common element here. So we will be getting here null set. Next, if we see C, it is very clear. X minus 5 is equal to 0. If I found here x is equal to 5, I will get x is equal to 5. So C is equal to 5 I will get. Next, D if I take x square is equal to 25. So if I take x is equal to x square is equal to 25, always you take it as x is equal to root 25. It is nothing but plus or minus 5. That means you will be getting 5 minus 5. So x such that x is an integral positive root. Underline here integral positive root. That means x is an integer and that too it is a positive root. So even if you are getting negative root, then you should not consider that negative root. Only just we have to write only positive. So just see here. So first we will solve the equation x square minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. So you are familiar about factorization method. So x square coefficient 1 here. So 1 into this 15. So minus 15 we are getting. So minus 15 we need to take the factors. So let us take 5 into 3. So here we want here negative, so I will keep minus 5. So minus 5 into 3. So I will split this one like this. X square minus 5x plus 3x minus 15 is equal to 0. So here nothing I did here. Minus 2x I have written as minus 5x plus 3x. We are familiar about splitting the factor. Splitting the middle term under factorization method. So minus 2x can be written as minus 5x plus 3x. So now let us write here from these two terms, if I take x common, x minus 5 I will be getting. So if from these two terms, if I take 3 common, x minus 5 I will be getting. Overall, if I take x minus 5 common, so x minus 5 into x plus 3 is equal to 0 I will be getting. So either x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, I will be getting x is equal to 5 or x is equal to minus 3. Now, finally here, what they asked here, x is an integral positive root. So we should consider only positive root. So what is here positive root here? I got 5. Therefore, E is equal to, we should not consider both the elements, just only one element which is positive. Because of that reason, we should take only positive root. We should not take the minus 3. Now we have to compare all these A, B, C, D, E. Now let us see here. E is equal to, so E is equal to 5. Now it is very easy to conclude that, very easily we can say that C and E, C and E are equal. Just we'll see here. Therefore, C is equal to D. Why? Because C is equal to 5, E is equal to 5. Therefore, C and E are equal sets. Next, one more example we'll see. Which of the following pairs of sets are equal? Justify your answer. So, example 8 from NCERT. Example 8 from NCERT. X, the set of letters in alloy, and B, the set of letters in loyal. So, I'll take first, what is the word here? Alloy. A-L-L-O-Y. So here the set X is, so we will write all the elements A-L-O-Y. Next we will write the set B. What is the word given? Loyal. Loyal. So from this I will write the set B. So L O Y A. Now you can observe these two sets A and B. A and B. We'll observe the two sets X and B. So X is a set which consists of all the letters present in the word yellow, and B is the set which is formed from the letters of the word loyal. So I'll write all the letters of yellow under the name of X. Then coming to the next word loyal, I'll write all the letters of the word from loyal. I'll write this B set. Now we will compare X and B. So here you observe here A is present. A is present. Next, L, O, here Y. So, according to the definition of equal sets, every element of first set is an element of second set, and all the elements present in second set will be present in the first set. Then we can say the two sets are equal. Therefore, we can conclude that X is equal to B. These two are equal sets. Next, one more example. So this is given in sectional form. Just see here. A is equal to n such that n belongs to Z. N belongs to Z, and n square less than or equals to 14. Next, this is given as A set, and we'll write all the elements present in A. Just one minute. Next, what is given in another set? First, we'll write the B set. X such that X belongs to R and x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. X square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now, same as usual, what we need to do in this case, first we have to list out all the elements present in A. Next, according to the given condition, we have to solve this equation. What are the elements present in B we have to write. Then we have to compare A and B. Then we will decide both are equal sets or not equal sets. Now let us write A is equal to, so let us see here, n belongs to Z and n square should be less than or equals to 14. So here Z integer, so we can take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So n square should be less than or equals to 14. So if I square 5 square 25, 4 square 16. So these two we cannot consider. So 3 square 9, 2 square 4, 1 square 1, 0 square 0. So we can take into consideration all these elements. That is, I can write it as minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 we can take. Why? Because so you can take all these numbers, but here one more condition, n square less than or equals to 14. So if I square these numbers, that should be less than or equals to 14. So based on that, I need to take all the elements. So these elements, if I square, it will become more than 14. So I will not consider these elements. So these elements I have to put. So writing all these elements in the set form, I will be getting the elements in A. So now all the elements in set B you will see. So let us solve this equation. X square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So here, so x square here 1. So 1 into 2. So I need to get the product as 2. Okay. So if I take minus 2 into minus 1, so I will be getting the product minus 2 into minus 1. So 2. First condition is satisfied. Next, for splitting the middle term, minus 3 can be written as minus 2 minus 1. Therefore, I can write it as x square minus 2x minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now, if I take x common from here, so I will be getting x minus 2. Here, minus 1 if I take common, I will be getting x minus 2. So, overall x minus 2 into x minus 1, I will be getting here like this. So from here x minus 2 into x minus 1 equal to 0. So either x minus 2 is equal to 0. So I will be getting here x is equal to 2. X is equal to 1. So now I can write set B as 2, 1. Now you can compare A and B. So what we can conclude here? A is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Only these two elements are present in B. Therefore, we can conclude that A is not equal to B very clearly. That's it. So these are the examples. So here, what we did in these kind of examples, first whatever the sets are given in set builder form, first we will list out in the roster form or list form, whatever it may be, so that you will be getting all the elements present in that set. Then you can compare which sets are equal, which sets are not equal. Very clear. Next, we'll go to the exercise 1.2. It's very easy exercise. Just before going to start exercise 1.2. So, what are the concepts learned before exercise 1.2? It is first null set. That means a set which consists of no elements. That is called as a null set or empty set or void set, we will say. Next, a set which consists of only single element present in that. That is called